Okay, very good. Well, gentlemen, first thing I want to ask you is why you enrolled in ag education and joined the FFA. What was your reasons or behind making that decision? So again, whoever wants to go first, it doesn't matter. Kind of like I told you on the trip over, sometimes it's best to go first. That way somebody else hasn't used up your ammunition. Anybody?
Well, I think just
Turn that mic just a little bit, Ray, towards you. Yep. Just
there.
pivot it. That a boy.
I think just ever since I've grown up, I've been revolving around agriculture, and I think FFA has helped me broaden my surroundings around ag and help just kind of guide me into my future, I think.
Okay, and we'll talk about future plans as we get towards the kind of the end of our program time today. So at this point, though, just continue with the reasons you decided to enroll in ag education.
My whole life, I've been involved in agriculture outside of FFA, and I just think FFA has taught me a lot more about agriculture and cattle and all kinds of animals and stuff. It's just a really good program to be involved in once you get into high school.
You didn't get any pressure at home to be involved in it, did you?
A lot.
And we can say that because I had both his mom and dad as students in ag education. Just a few years back. Okay, somebody else. I had several others of you had your parents too, but not everybody in here.
I joined the FFA. I just figured it was something I wanted to do with my life. You know, maybe do something with it after high school. You know.
Okay.
I decided to join the FFA. I had pressure at home to do it, and my dad and brother were both ag teachers, and I've always been around agriculture.
I've known the Chapman family just about for most of the 50 years that I was involved in ag education. So, yep, a little pressure there at home. In a minute, I'll come back to you two boys that said, yeah, you had a little pressure, and we'll ask you one more question. Go ahead, Brady.
I decided to join FFA because my family's always persuaded me to do it, and there's a lot of opportunities that you could get out of FFA, and it just helps you learn a lot more about agriculture.
Okay, very good. My brain fell off the train. Has that ever happened to you guys that you got a thought what you want to do and what you want to say? And I think do you regret that pressure on you to enroll in ag education FFA?
No.
No, it was on my mind to join anyways, just because I wanted to learn more about it, even though I'd been involved since I through growing up and stuff.
Sure. Kind of same answer
Yeah.
to an extent. All right, let's talk about FFA and talk about FFA activities. Got some sophomores, got a couple of freshmen. What FFA activities have you been involved in so far that you would call your favorite, and why is that your favorite?
I got to go to the National FFA convention in Indianapolis, and it was a great experience. Got to meet some people up there and stuff like that, and just had a great time hanging out with friends and stuff. Great experience for me.
And that's probably the ultimate experience in ag education. FFA is making it to that National FFA convention.
Especially as a first-time member.
Oh yes, absolutely, good point. All right.
Mine was probably the doing trap shooting. It's just shooting stuff's always I've just done it my whole life, and then now I get to do it as a part of an FFA activity. It was just a great opportunity I got to be involved in.
Yep, that shooting stuff is a good plan, isn't it? Yeah, good deal. All right, who's next?
My favorite would have been probably yesterday. Ray and I and two others went to Columbia to fantasy feed out to pick our top 10 steers to feed out that they were having.
I've heard a little bit more about that earlier today, and I was kind of intrigued by the activity. Is there any more that you can share, Ray or Casey, either one of you?
The fantasy feedlot is a program where they had 21 steers where we picked our top 10 of quality of beef that they will look at once those animals are slaughtered. And we just went up there, we picked our top 10, what we felt would be the most appropriate and feed efficient, price efficient quality of those cattle.
Did you work as a team or on an
We did.
individual basis?
Yep.
As a team?
It was a team of 4 or however many your chapter brings, and you work together to pick those.
Interesting. And I think that's a new activity. I don't
Yep,
remember.
it is 4 years, I believe, is how long it's been going on.
Oh, it has. All right.
So-
First time maybe we've been involved in it. That's the first part of it. Okay, others, favorite activities.
Mine's
Brady?
probably the trip to Wardak Farms. You know, there's a lot of like different like events there that they had that you could like be a part of and learn a lot about.
Wardak Farm, almost every group, Wardak Farm comes up as one of the favorites. You betcha. Okay, what else we got?
I've been involved with the National FFA Convention and the judging programs and the Wardak Farms along with everybody, but personally my favorite would be Beef Days, where we're able to help the younger, new generation of future farmers of America learn and understand the safety and opportunities that FFA provides them for the future of their life or just the organization itself
It's a cool activity.
around agribusiness.
You betcha.
or
Beef Days has
agriculture.
been going on for decades. And in fact, do you boys remember going to Beef Days?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And every head in here is bobbing up and down for those of you listening on the radio and not watching the live stream. So we've been involved in Beef Days. I cannot remember when it started. I do know it started out with a multi-day event at the Commons that was centered around beef cattle, and there was a trade show. But eventually that kind of faded out, and we just kept the children's barnyard aspect of it going to date. All right, that's I think everybody got their favorite activity in there, and we'll move on to a different area. What have you found as you started in ag or during this year for sophomores? What have you found to be the most difficult or challenging part of ag education and FFA? What did you find to be the most challenging or difficult? Sure, there's something. Well, if there's nothing, these guys all found it easy. No, I'm kidding them. They'll come up with something here momentarily.
I'm sure that we can all kind of piggyback a little bit. Keeping up with your record books and all your income and expenses throughout time can be challenging if you do not have a good understanding of how and when you need to do that. And staying on top of it can sure help you throughout that.
You sure don't want to wait till the day before they're due to work on them, do you guys?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, all agreed on that. Okay, that's one. Somebody else, a different area, something else maybe that you found difficult.
Keeping all like my work hours and stuff that I do, I gotta make sure that I keep them all so I don't forget. Because like the day of, I don't want to have to be going back and trying to remember my hours that I've worked for my SAE and stuff.
And you work several different areas all the way
Yeah.
from with your dad on your custom baling and fencing and also the farm
Having a
work,
show steer.
doing your show steer. All those different things take time, and it's important to keep them separated out, yet it's all got to be done. All right, anybody else? What you found difficult? Nope. Okay. Creed speaking was easy. Ag 2 public speaking is easy. Okay, good. This is an awesome group we've got here. They like those challenges. Let's turn our attention to your SAE. We've kind of alluded to it, spoke a little bit about it in different junctures here. Describe to our listening audience what has been your supervised agriculture experience in ag. Briar, they're pointing at you for some reason.
Well, my essay, I think it's like, man, I think it's like land management or something like that.
Okay.
Cut grass for my SAE. I don't have too much to do with it. Cut grass in summer, weed eat, mow.
Okay.
I do a lot of that. A lot of working like that.
That works for an SAE. Very good. Somebody else.
My SAE consists of working on the family farm, feeding the cows, baling hay in the summer for my dad, building a fence from time to time, keeping up with my show steer and all that stuff.
Sounds pretty busy. You sound to be pretty busy.
My SAE consists of beef production placement, and that's where I work on Cunningham livestock for my family. We tend and manage bulls for New Day Genetics. We also run and grow stocker calves from time to time, and we just kind of do your typical farm management and
Okay.
work.
Do you have some heifers that you're?
We do as well. We help manage some Sim Angus heifers as well for New Day Genetics
Okay.
and such.
Brady?
My SAE project's pretty much just working, working throughout the year, but my main SAE project's just working with my show steer, making sure my show steer's to the best that he can be and getting ready for the expo.
You get to weigh him tomorrow, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You betcha. He's not the only one. I see several heads bouncing up and down. These guys got a number of show steers tomorrow to be weighed in. Casey?
My SAE consists of working on the farm with hay, cattle, and building fence, and a market steer, and raising registered Red Angus heifers and bulls for B&B cattle out of Marshfield.
Hmm. I have to keep that in mind. Those Red Angus are kind of my favorite. All right, we're going to take our first break, or only break we'll take, about a 90-second break coming up here shortly. But before we do that, I'm going to ask Ray if he will share the names of some of the almost 50 sponsors of FFA Day on KSMO. We want to really express our appreciation and gratitude to these folks that have made this day on KSMO Media possible. The support the Salem FFA has in Dent County is outstanding, and we do sincerely appreciate it. Ray, would you share that list with our
Sure
listeners?
thing. Our title sponsor, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, as well as Edward Jones, Joe Brand, and Leah Nash Financial Advisors, Salem License Bureau, The Rusty Pig, Fly and W Boutique, Daryl Skiles, and family.
All right, with that, we're going to go back to the board, to our station announcer at this point.
Wofford Brothers Plumbing.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Check out these winter car care deals at K&H Auto Supply in Salem, where you can get a Performance Tool 6-piece hook and pick set for only $10.99, a Titan 25-piece hex key set for $13.99, and 6-ton jack stands $84.99 for the pair. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276. The 504R Signature Baler is truly one of a kind. Visit your Vermeer dealer, Salem Farm Equipment, Highway 19 South in Salem today.
All right, we're back on with our group of five here, our sixth round of ag education and FFA students, and we were just visiting a bit there as we got as Stan cut back to us. That's all right. We're just talking about what we do in ag and talking about our firewood work. Let's talk about career development events, contest teams. And again, I know we've got some sophomores and a couple of freshmen. And the freshmen, of course, haven't had previous experience in contest teams, but to the sophomores in particular, I'd like for you guys to share what contest teams you were involved in last year, and then if you're involved in some this year, and to our freshmen, if you're out for a contest team this year, I'd like for you to share that and tell a little bit about the contest area. So again, whoever wants to dive in first, go. Casey?
This year, me and Ray and two others are going to be doing agronomy. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of area, what all's involved in agronomy? Do you have an idea yet?
Plants, seeds, and soils and management.
Yep.
Identification of seeds and soils or plants and pasture management. And
It's a very good contest with a lot of application of what you're actually doing out on your farms. Couple that with, and I've had an earlier group, the guys talked some about doing grassland management in the fall.
Yep.
And if you guys get a chance, I don't know whether
we did that
you did
actually this past fall. Me and
Okay.
Casey, we went out to Wordak for a practice day. We learned lots there, and then we went up to districts, but we didn't make it much past there. But
Well, it's a pretty
That's
tough
okay.
contest, and particularly it was the first year you'd done it, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay. You'll get there. Just keep working on it because it's very valuable. I've got John Godey with Godey Excavating. John did grassland when he was in high school, and then several years later when he was out in the family business, commented about the things he learned about grassland management was beneficial as they cleared land, as they did excavating, as they did land improvement around the area. So those are good ones. All right. What else? Anybody else? Briar?
I didn't get to do a contest team last year. I had too much going on, but this year I'm gonna do forestry. You get to identify trees and stuff, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good time. I hope so.
Yeah, it will be. And again, a valuable experience. Tree ID, something I just really never was very good at. I'm sure you guys will get better at it than I was. To our freshmen, are you all doing, either one of you doing a contest team this year?
No, but back when I was in 4-H, I did cattle judging, which I'm specifically through FFA now, so I'm not in 4-H anymore. But I did cattle judging for a little bit.
Okay. Some of these days, maybe time will permit, but that's one of the things we talked about today since Logan's kind of alluded to it there. These guys are busy. These students have lots going on, and learning to manage their time is one of those skills that we think that they do develop, and they have to work at developing is how they balance, between athletics and work, ag, and FFA. It's all pretty, it can be time consuming, very difficult for them. So that's kind of the story. Anything else on contest teams? Okay. Just making sure I didn't shortchange anybody. Well, now I realize that we've got, I guess, 3 of you that are about halfway through high school, almost. 3 more months you will be. A couple of you that's just getting towards the end of your first year of high school. I want to ask you about your plans. Now, first, if you got, as young as you guys are in your ag and FFA experience, what are some of your plans for yet things that you would like to accomplish in ag and FFA? You have goals set for accomplishments in ag and FFA.
Couple goals that every ag kid or FFA kid should kind of strive for is for sure your state FFA degree. I know me, Casey, and Briar this year received our chapter degrees. I am, for one, and for sure going to strive towards my state degree, and then hopefully even farther on to my national FFA degree. kind of outside of FFA and after high school, I plan to go to college and maybe do something that revolves around agribusiness and kind of see where that kind of takes me.
Okay, very good. Guys, Ray's kind of gave me a pattern there. Talk about what you want to do yet in high school, and then if you want to go on and talk about after high school, what your goal is. And don't worry about it if you don't have a goal for after high school. I had some seniors in last group, and they kind of got a little embarrassed that here they are 3 months from graduation, and they really don't know what they're going to do next. So don't worry about it if you don't have a goal set up yet for after high school. What do you have yet that you intend to do in ag and FFA and then after school?
Well, this year I received my green hand degree, and like Ray said, I'd like to strive to get my chapter degree and more degrees after that. And after high school, I'd like to stay in the field of agriculture, maybe go to college on John Deere mechanics and do some stuff like that. But I'd really like to stay in the agricultural world.
Okay, very good.
I'm
Brady?
kind of with Logan here. I want to strive to become maybe an FFA officer and get all my degrees that I'd like. That would be good for me, and just kind of continue with agriculture. It's what I've done my whole life, and might as well keep doing it.
Good point.
I guess I'm going to have to go with Ray as well and strive to get my state degree and hopefully my national degree if I get there, but I got to get the state degree first. So.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's step by step. Casey?
Well, I guess I want to keep on getting my degrees like them and maybe do something with agriculture and maybe mechanics also.
Now, thinking about those goals for after high school, outside of ag education, FFA, do you feel like ag and FFA have benefited you towards those goals? And if you do, how so?
I feel like it's helped me gonna get towards my goals a lot better. Just understanding how you need to have a work ethic to get what you want, and you're gonna have to work towards things that you want to have in life and want to do in life. You're just not gonna wake up one morning and have it all there for you.
Nope. It all takes work. It sure does. Anyone else?
I think the FFA and agriculture industry has kind of helped lead me towards and broaden my surroundings to help me kind of hone in on what I like and what I feel would benefit me in my future. So
You feel like it's been beneficial to you in helping you kind of narrow your career goals down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Anyone else? What other benefits, or do you think that ag education and FFA have provided you as an individual? Are there benefits that you have gained or developed as an individual?
I feel like agriculture and FFA just kind of gives you a good mindset on life, and just gives you like all the right tools that you need to continue with just over a good life, just
Sure.
leads you in the right direction that you need to be going.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, let me look at my questions here and see if we've done a pretty good job of dealing with most of these. Being freshmen and sophomores, you are close enough to the age of 7th graders, 8th graders that you can influence them. What would you tell them about ag education and FFA if you had the opportunity? I know you mentioned a while ago that working with 3rd graders in beef days, some of you have gone out, maybe not of this group of 5, but some of the students have been out on Food for America. I know back in the fall you had a new program that you were involved in where you went to, was it 3rd grade in Salem already and presented. I see heads going up and down. Were some of you guys involved in that program, or none of this group?
I personally wasn't, but
Okay.
I know kind of what
You know what I'm
talking
referring to.
Oh, yeah, no
And I don't remember the exact name for it. The ones that were involved in it, I know they were, and I think it was mostly upperclassmen as well. What would you say to 7th or 8th graders as they look at enrollment possibilities about reasons they might consider ag education and FFA?
I'd tell them that, like, even if they've been involved in agriculture growing up and stuff, the FFA will expand your knowledge on that, and it's just a great opportunity. You do a lot of fun stuff. Or if you're not involved in agriculture or anything and you're wanting to get into it, ag and FFA is the perfect way to get started on that.
Logan put that pretty well, didn't he, guys? Anybody want to add anything else to it?
I feel like it can really broaden like your life decisions, like stuff you want to do after high school. Really broaden them, give you a lot more decisions.
Okay, a lot more opportunities. All right, very good. Well, guys, you've done an excellent job. We're getting down to the end of our particular time to share our knowledge with our listeners and our viewers. With that said, I'm going to ask Ray if he would share that group of sponsors with our listeners again. It's just fantastic that almost 50 groups have elected to sponsor FFA Day on KSMO Media. So, Ray, share that list, please.
Our title sponsor is Roberts Judson Lumber Company. As following: Edward Jones, Joe Brand, and Leah Nash, Financial Advisors; Salem License Bureau; The Rusty Pig; Flying W Boutique; and Daryl Skiles and Family.
All right, with that, thank you, guys, and we'll send you back to, I believe Stan's on the board. So, Stan?
Thank you, Bob.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.